Hello everyone, today is the 15th of June 2021. We are into the second trading day of the week. So in this video, I'm going to run through our 5 most focused markets: the Euro US dollar, the gold, Nasdaq, US oil or the crude oil, and of course the Bitcoin. So let's kick off with the Euro against the US dollar. Euro US dollar was kind of little change and sitting at about 1.2010. Found support and started to pull back, against the previous bearish candle right here. So right now we are actually seeing that the price is somewhere near the bottom of a pullback channel. Right now, Euro against US dollar, if we look at the bigger picture, it is now still trading at a high. At the very least, it is still trading somewhere near the top of this entire consolidation or a symmetrical triangle. So therefore, we are still expecting more downside. So coming into the 4-hourly time frame, in fact, I think it is still going pretty much as what we have expected. Yesterday, we did mention that we are looking to sell, and we are waiting for the price to pull back into this supply zone. As you can see, this is the neckline, of the consolidation right at the top, and it breaks below. So the breakout area is right here, and of course this will also bring us back to the top of this falling channel as well. So there's no change in our trading plan for Euro US dollar. We'll just continue to wait for the pullback, and in fact, if we were to pull out a Fibonacci retracement, then if the price pulls back to this level, into this supply zone, it is also right at the 61.8% retracement level. So that will give us more confluence, give us higher probability of a reversal, and therefore selling at this price will be pretty good. So this is about 1.2154. If let's say we're able to sell here, well, stop loss, I think we can kind of put it at somewhere at 88.6% pullback level. Just make sure it's above 78.6, because usually if it goes to 61.8%, there's always a possibility it can go a little bit higher, touches the 78.6 before it comes down. In terms of the targets, we can definitely look, the first level will be somewhere right here, because this is where we see some resistance. So that for some reason, so that somehow will still create a little bit of demand. And going forward, of course, back to the previous low. But then our main targets, or rather our final targets, will be all the way back into this demand zone right at the bottom here. Alright, because you can see that this is the level where price found support based on the previous neckline right here. Okay, found support, and that's where another very pretty strong bullish trend continued from there. So therefore, this is an important demand zone that we have to watch out for. Basically, this will be the trading plan. Moving on, we have the gold. Alright, so for the gold, yesterday we saw the price came all the way down. It continues to fall, continuing a bearish trend from last Friday. So we saw the price started to go down, and it almost broke out of this equilibrium zone. But however, it managed to pull back in just one single candle, which you can see in the 1-hourly time frame coming to the US session yesterday. It shows that there is a good demand right at this demand zone, which we have mentioned yesterday. Since we saw the price is still sitting at the top of this demand zone and right within the equilibrium zone, that shows that the support at the bottom is good, and therefore we can expect the gold price to continue to pull back towards the upside. And I think that for today, if everything goes well, we should be at least able to see it goes back to somewhere right here. This obviously, because this is where the price retest the bottom of the rising channel, but it failed and went down. So a little bit more, and you'll reach this supply zone. But if it's able to go a little bit higher, now of course we might come back to the bottom of this, of the previous rising channel, and of course touching the 61%. Now of course right here there is right here it is also another support we should look out for. So two prices to look out for: 1875 and of course 1880. And therefore, if you want to buy, let's say if you really want to buy the gold, in most cases, if we were to try to chase the market right now, it wouldn't make so much sense, because the risk to reward ratio will be very hard to be good enough. Because at the very least, we need to be somewhere right at the right below the previous low right here. The target wise, we might really need to take profit when it reaches this supply zone, and that only gives us a 1:1 risk to reward ratio. So so that's not something that we really want. But however, if we can wait for a pullback further, okay, if we can wait for a pullback, retest the low right here, and try to find another opportunity to buy, we can set the stop loss slightly lower. Alright, so we have more rooms for buffer, and then we can simply aim for the first target right here at about 1875. That will give us a much better risk to reward ratio. And of course, if it goes all the way to the 61.8% level, well, which is at 1880, and that would definitely give us a risk reward ratio of almost 1:3. Right, so this is the trading plan for the gold as for today. And then moving on, we have the US 100 or the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq continues to inch higher. We are actually waiting for a pullback, alright, back to this demand zone right here, but it didn't happen, so therefore we cannot buy. But as accordingly to our forecast, for quite a number of good days, it did went all the way back to the top of this rising channel. So going forward, as we know, we have the FOMC. So I guess prior to that, there will be a possibility, quite a high chance, that we'll see a reversal in the stock markets. Some sell off before the FOMC, or maybe during the FOMC. If it's able to go higher, somewhere to about 1450 highest, maybe between 14,400 and 14,500, will be a pretty good price for us to try selling the top, alright, or selling the high. So therefore, today, if let's say we do see some sort of bullish trend going upwards, there's definitely going to be a chance for a very strong pullback. I will only consider the sell as it breaks out of this rising wedge, alright, and at least reaches 14,400. So let's say if we were to look at this price, and then we go for the sell, alright, stop loss just right above 14,005. So maybe let's just give it 14,006, alright, a pretty tight one. Then in terms of target, we can just simply look at the previous high right here, and then all the way down to this equilibrium level, which might bring us down back to the bottom of this rising wedge as well. Alright, so that is for the Nasdaq, very straightforward. Alright, moving on, we have the US oil. So again, for the US oil, we are also waiting for a pullback. So yesterday it continues to went up, but after which it did pull back a little. So if we go to a smaller time frame, let's say the 4-hourly time frame, after it climbs a little bit, came all the way down, alright, and started to range. And this is what we are waiting for, alright, because it shows the very beginning of a pullback, and this is just one wave. So going all the way into the 1-hourly time frame, we are just waiting for one more wave of a pullback, and that will bring us back into this demand zone for us to buy again. Very straightforward, alright. For the US oil, definitely I am still bullish on it, as major economies reopen, alright, because of vaccination rollout, stuff like this. So if we are able to buy from here, then our stop loss can simply be below the channel, alright. To be more conservative, I would say somewhere right at the previous low, or near to the previous low. So the first target will bring us back to this neckline area. All right, as you can see, this is the neckline area, and that will definitely give us a pretty good risk ratio. But of course, we're not going to just be aiming for this level. We are going to aim not just the previous high, but all the way to the top of the rising channel. So final target will be somewhere at about 72 or 72.2, or you can just put at 72. I think that will be fine as well. That will give you a risk ratio close to 1:3. Alright, so that's for the US oil. Again, very straightforward. And next we have the Bitcoin. Alright, so the Bitcoin, if you go back to the daily time frame, right, like I said, because on the Sunday itself, alright, there's a tweet coming from Elon Musk, which is a positive news, whereby they will accept transaction in cryptocurrencies if it's able to utilize with green energy, right? Yesterday, the Bitcoin continues to climb. All right, I believe there are some other news as well. It is right now forming a rising channel. All right, exiting the falling channel right here. So definitely in the short to mid term, the Bitcoin is definitely more towards a bullish market. So again, we are just still waiting. We're just waiting for a pullback. Now this time around, if it pulls back, where will I be looking to buy again? Once it comes back to this level, obviously we can see a lot of support. So right here we can see there's a lot of buy and selling going on right here, but eventually it found support and it went up. So if it's able to pull back to the same level right here, that would be about 39,000. all right, at 39,000 we can consider to start buying again. All right, that will actually also helps us to complete 2 minor wave of pullback, and then we can continue to buy here. But of course, if it goes even lower, then the best price will be right here, because this is where it break out from the falling channel. So therefore, this will definitely provide us with the best demand, and that will be at 37,600. So if let's say we are able to buy at 37,600, then the first level will aim for the neckline right here. If it breaks lower, then this will be the neckline. That will be at about 39,700, around there. And then we'll aim for a higher price, I think all the way back to this resistance at about 41,800. Why? Because this resistance, if we go to a daily time frame, right, you can see that it is an important high back in January this year. If you are bullish enough and you want to continue to hold throughout, then the highest price we are looking at is back into this this very key supply zone, right, from 48,000 onwards. Alright, so that is for the Bitcoin, and that's all for today. So if you like what we are doing right here, subscribe to our channel, like our videos to support us, and we will see you again tomorrow.